Okay, let's talk about the one word that could save your friendships and actually build them. And it's not what you think. It's not yes. It's actually no. So we are living in busy, burnout prone lives. Most of us, okay? Saying no can feel selfish. It can feel awkward. It might even feel risky. But the truth is, ghosting, which is what often happens, does far more damage to relationships than honesty ever will. In a survey done by YouGov, 46% of Americans have admitted to ghosting someone, and not just romantically. We're talking socially too. And when they were asked why, they said what they were doing was trying to avoid conflict or awkwardness. The thing is, friendships aren't built on avoidance. They're built on respect. That includes respect for your own boundaries and for your friend's need for clarity. So here's what's happening when you ghost, all right? When we ignore texts or just pretend to be eternally busy, it sends a message. And we may think the message we're sending is, I'm overwhelmed or just not today. But that's not the message that gets received when we ghost. What the other person hears and feels is that you don't care enough to respond. And that makes them less likely to invite you next time, even if you may want to go. So how do we stop ghosting and start saying no with grace? I can give you a few phrases that I think will get you started and might just get your thoughts started so you can say it in your own words. Try one of these or modify it to your own personality and your friends. First one, thanks for the invite. I can't this time, but keep me in the loop. Okay, doable. Second one, that's not in the cards for me right now, but I really appreciate the ask. Okay, so that means I would like to be asked again. Finally, just I need a low-key night. Can we rain check? All right. You can say no without explaining everything. You're not on trial. You're being a human who has a calendar and energy limits. All right. So let's talk about when saying no is your best option. And I'm going to clear the first one out of the way. If somebody is just not your person, you know they're never going to be, or they're creepy and you know you don't want to spend time with them, obviously say no. We're talking about the more nuanced ones where these are people in your life where you do want to have a relationship, but you need to find a way to say no. So in those situations, think about it's important to say no if you are overwhelmed, and if saying yes, if you can sense that it's going to lead to resentment. That is an important time to figure out how to say no. Also, a good time to say no when you know you're not going to be able to fully show up, and this is somebody you want to fully show up for. If you're going to spend most of your time on the phone for work or whatever other reason, and you know you're not going to be present there, that's also another good time that you should consider saying no in one of these graceful, respectful, I want to see you again kind of ways. And finally, just if you need rest, if life has been too much or you're just tired, that's valid, okay? Saying no protects your energy and your friendships. Ghosting, that just creates confusion and hurt. So to wrap it all up, no is not a rejection. It's a boundary, okay? And boundaries build better relationships.